beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Carol, but you can call me Carol the author. So today's topic is self-care, and I have a definition here that reads: self-care is taking care of ourselves in all aspects of our lives, and this means either physically, spiritually, emotionally, or mentally. Self-care is not only taking care of one aspect of your life. It has to be a holistic approach where each aspect receives equal time. It's not self-care if only I'm focusing on my emotional being and forgetting my physical nature, forgetting about my mental state and my spiritual, aspect. So, what is it that we mean when we say are taking care of our emotional being? We are humans and we are highly emotional. We are easily irritated, easily get angry, easily get sad, and for some of us, the tiniest thing can frustrate us, can enrage us, can even make us very sad, that instead of doing something productive with our time, we are just stuck in that same place, that same space. So it is very crucial that we manage our emotions, and we manage our emotional reactions to our circumstances. We have to be able to tell when something triggers us. We have to be able to control how we react. We have to be able to control our emotions towards that event or circumstance that would have triggered us. In as much as it is difficult, it's very important that we learn the art of control. The very beautiful thing about our brain, our mind, is that with time, we can control how we react, we can control our emotions. It's just a matter of practice and a matter of being able to talk to yourself and listen to your inner voice. Because many at times we regret how we react to certain situations, how we react in certain circumstances. And we look back and wish we had done better. So instead of always regretting and always wishing we had done better, we need to learn to practice control. We need to practice control of our emotions. Before we react to something, ask yourself, is my reaction worth it? Is my reaction productive? Is it destructive? So you'll be able to hold yourself back, calm yourself down, and then be able to think logically and react in a better way. So we have to take care of our emotions. We have to be able to know if we're triggered, how do we react to a certain thing? And then our spiritual state, we just have to be able to feed our inner self. Our inner man. You know, spiritualness. Wait, does that exist? So, being spiritual means different things to different people, but ultimately, it's all about feeding the spirit, feeding the inner man. So, we have to be able to take that time to connect, with our spirits, to connect with God. You know what I mean? We need to be able to set aside time to understand what His Word is, what His Word says to us, what it says about our lives, what it says about your life. We need to be able to set aside time just to have quiet time and listen to God's voice. We need to be able to, spend time uh, reading the Bible, spend time talking to God, listening to God. You know, the relationship with God is not only one way, it's a two-way communication where He listens to me, I listen to Him. He talks to me, I talk to Him. And that honestly is a difficult thing to do for me. It's been a difficult journey, but it's also an interesting one. All it needs is dedication and devotion. Once you devote to feed your spirit, to spend time, to create time in feeding the spirit, uh, your spirit will become enriched. And who wouldn't want that? For some, it comes in the form of worship, praise, meditation. But ultimately, we need to be able to connect with the spirit because, as they say, life is spiritual, and everything that happens in our lives is spiritual. So we need to be able to connect to our spirit and to connect to God. And then another aspect is, the physical aspect of our lives. That means taking care of our bodies, loving our bodies. It's not all about, going to the gym, weight loss, weight gain, etc., etc. It's all about loving your body, loving yourself, you know, taking care of yourself. You don't need to have expensive clothes, you don't need to have expensive Dior to take care of yourself. You just need to be able to love yourself enough to take care of your body. And then we move on to the mental state. There's a lot that is going on these days about our mental health issues. And it affects both men and women. It's not a one-sided thing. So we need to be able to take care of our mental state. And I think this really goes uh, more to show um, that we need to be very careful of what we feed our mind, what we read, what we watch, what we listen to. These things psychologically affect our mental well being. So it's always good to discover what makes you feel good, what makes you feel fulfilled. Do the things that you love. Do the things that you love. Do the things that, bring you to life. And I think that if we do that, we will be able to, you know, manage our mental well being. And I would really encourage someone today that whenever they feel like they're going through something that's exhausting, something that's affecting their daily operations, they should find someone to confide in because a problem shared is like a burden lessened. So we should be able to find someone that we confide in and just offload that burden. If we can't, like, if you cannot find someone to confide in, there's always God to talk to. One amazing thing about Him is He doesn't judge, He doesn't listen to judge, He listens attentively. And all we need to do is open our hearts to Him, open our minds to Him, and just let Him know things as they are. So, my lovelies, I hope this video was an inspiration to someone. And until we meet next time,